Right, I thought finally I would go online and clear up this COVID-19 tracking you app junk. Yep, what they've done is they have a Bluetooth tracking bit. That's all fine. It goes and detects when you're near a person. It doesn't know who that person is. All it knows is that the Bluetooth ID that you're near is a certain person's Bluetooth ID. It doesn't know what that certain person is because it itself does not contact and get information off the other person's phone. It just asks, do you have the COVID-19 app installed? And when the phone goes no, then it doesn't get any information. And if the phone goes yes, then the app on your phone goes, oh, good, you've got the COVID-19 app. Has your person been infected by COVID? No. Then it goes, okay. And then it moves on to the next person. Well, the next Bluetooth signal that come across and ask the same thing. Now, I can understand people saying, well, what about the government tracking us? Well, I am 100% worried about that in only a few ways. One, yes, the actual security settings they have on there, the permissions they've given themselves on that app, and this is not because of them, it's because of Android itself. I don't know about the Apple Store or the Apple phones or anything like that. But Android phones are set up a certain way to give permissions in a certain way, which the way themselves is course, location, and precise location. Unfortunately, course location gives them access to the tower information and Wi-Fi information and also Bluetooth. But it only works on older phones, like phones that are less than Android 9. They need precise information, which includes GPS, tower information, Wi-Fi information, and Bluetooth as well, because they need the precise location information to turn on Bluetooth. This is an Android problem, or if you like, a fault in their security thoughts, where if it didn't have this problem, you could just have the security settings for the Bluetooth. But I have checked. I have a rooted phone, which means my phone hasn't been controlled by Google. I've installed Google stuff on there and all that. But my phone will allow an app to access its root software. Well, it basically allows apps to access the phone itself. And I have software on there that will tell me if anything uses network. For example, if anyone out there is a network genius, network guy, they'll know of software like I do that will detect when something uses the internet, detects whether it uses Bluetooth, whether it uses Wi-Fi, whether it uses mobile data, and what app's using it and where it's going to. And this app does not really do anything except for turn on and off Bluetooth every now and again to check if there's any phone near it. And then if it's got the app, it'll go and trace to see what's around. And no, it doesn't share any information with the other phone, like I said. But that being said, they do have 4 or 5 certificates in there that are well, uncrackable at the moment by even the best supercomputers in the world. And when the information gets sent from your phone to the government, when I assume when a medical professional says you have COVID, um, press that button there and type in that you got COVID. That information is securely sent to a server. I don't know where the server is. I can't guarantee that that server is safe. But I can guarantee you, because I am using a fake GPS program, which anyone can download, you don't have to have a rooted phone. I can guarantee you that my phone is not giving out my information at all to the government at any point in time when I'm out or anything like that. And Mine's a rooted phone, yes, but your phone will do the exact same thing. It will not give out any information unless it's told to. I've checked. I've checked through software. I've checked through different programs and that, and I do use a fake GPS software on there to make sure that the government isn't actually unofficially updating their app, because when you get an app that's updated and you click on update, unless they've changed their permissions, you don't have to uh, act or do anything on that. And the permissions they have right now are enough to track you. If they want to change their app and get rid of their privacy policy that says they're not going to track you, they can do that. They can change that, say, oh, we're going to track you now, and then change the app so that it sends information back and forth. That's the main reason why I make sure that if I do have the app, I've got it on, but only when I go out, like they say. Oh, and that's another thing. The government's lied to you. You have the app on, but if you swipe to turn the app off, you're not turning the app off. There's no button on there to turn the app off. You've got to go into your app setting, deep into the phone, and go force stop, because the app will continue running. So the main thing that you got to learn is, one, the COVID-19 app is not tracing you at the moment. I cannot guarantee any other updates apart from the first and the second aren't tracking you at the moment. They will track you via Bluetooth, meaning that the information that it gets will tell the government where. Well, I'm not sure if we can tell them where, but it'll tell them what Bluetooth signals it's been in contact with, and if one of them has been infected. There is a way that I could, and anyone else who wanted to screw up this entire app system could screw up the COVID app. And I'm not going to tell anyone what it is, because it might put ideas into the brains of people who are actually smarter than me. But there is a way that you could screw up the COVID app that would, well, ruin all of the government's data. And I'm not here to make anyone, you know, screw up something that's actually meant to help people. And it will help people if there is a small outbreak somewhere. Now, where I am, the chances of an outbreak occurring are pretty much zip to none, and I don't think anyone should really download the app because, well, there are no real outbreaks where I am. So I can say that, but if you're going to not download it, and not download it because you're afraid that the government's tracking you, you are a dick. You are dumb. Uh, Google, Google themselves say that they will not put on something that is against anything that the apps have said that they're going to do. So basically, if your government says they're not going to trace you and track you, Google do know exactly what the app software is. They go through the software before they approve it, especially something like this, because otherwise it could turn into a monetary nightmare for Google with people suing them. So, if you think the government's tracing you with this app, you are wrong. And I'm not approving the app. I don't want the app. I have it. I will use it when I go out. But I also will stop and force stop that app from being on when I'm at home, because I don't want it on. And, well, apart from that, if anyone thinks that the COVID-19 app is totally tracing them, they are wrong. They shouldn't bother about worrying, oh my god, they're storing my data, they're blah blah blah, this blah 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 that. The only data I got on there is my phone number, and I shouldn't have to have that either. They should have offered the app with a random number generator to send off emails to the app when you've come in contact with somebody else. That the emails were created randomly from the random number. The phone number that they send an SMS to, that should have been dumped as soon as they send you an SMS to prove that you're on that phone. Anyway, if anyone thinks that it's tracing them, they're wrong. But if you want to keep pretending, you can pretend, but download it for the right reasons, not the wrong one. I also forgot to add that the government's saying that the app's going to slow down the spread of it. They're wrong. If there's nowhere to spread like Tasmania, then it's not going to help at all. And it's a bit too little too late. They should have done it well before this. They should have done it back in February, well before the virus even took off around here. But the government, like all the governments, are not perfect. And, well, still the idea of making people think that if they can't have the app on, or if they can't have the app, that they're not allowed to get out and socialise. That is bullshit, and the government should stop saying that kind of crap. Because, like people say, they don't want you tracing them. And it only takes one change in a privacy policy on your software to make you able to trace somebody legally. And for all we know, that change could happen just because somebody's name is such and such, or just because their phone number is such and such, and that phone number turns up on a wanted person. For example, phone number's XYZ. XYZ turns up on the cops list. Oh, guess what? XYZ has this particular app installed. We can turn it into a tracking tracing one and just update the app on them. Not good. Anyway, that's my take on the COVID app. And I know a little bit about software, I know a little bit about programming, I know a little bit about everything. And as far as I'm concerned, everyone should be doing whatever they want to do, but try and social distance people. Otherwise, we're going to end up in a billion times worse. Oh, I don't want to socially distance anymore. I'm sick of it. Oh, good. So you're sick of keeping people safe. Hmm. Yes, the app may not be the best thing in the world. You can download it if you want. It really doesn't make a difference in the long term, no matter what the government says. But definitely, people, social distance. Keep doing it until the government says not to do it. And trust me, they've screwed us over in a lot of other ways that nobody's realised yet. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the COVID-19 app, and trust me, I know what I'm on about when it comes to the government tracking you and that, and they're not tracking you with this app. But if you're going to download it, make sure that you watch it when it updates, and have the right software in there to make sure that you're not being tracked by GPS, and make sure you've got a network analyzer to tell you whether that app is sending or receiving data. Bye.